Hello guys, welcome back to In 5 Minutes. In this presentation we are going to see the difference between the logic families. Now in the earlier session we have seen the logic families like RTL, DTL, ECL or the transistor logic, TTL, MOS technologies, after which you can say three topmost families we will take and we will differentiate between these three logic families on the basis of various parameters. Okay, now let us start within this to a tabular method. So what we have in this table, first of all you consider a parameter, and depending on that parameter we are going to differentiate between the CMOS family, that is nothing but complementary metal oxide semiconductors, TTL transistor logic, and ECL, that is the emitter coupled logic. So moving on to very first, that is nothing but the basic gate. So basic gate in the CMOS technology is nothing but the NAND or the NOR gate, whereas in TTL it is NAND. We have seen these gates in the earlier session, and in ECL or the emitter coupled logic we have OR gate OR. Okay, and this is the first parameter. Second parameter we will see, that is a very important parameter, fan out. So in fan out, what you have actually, fan out means number of similar gates driven by the same gate. Okay, so with the help of one CMOS NAND gate you can drive almost more than 50 NAND gates. If suppose I have taken a NAND gate in CMOS technology, the output of that NAND gate can drive more than 50 NAND gates in the CMOS technology itself. So it is very advantageous. I also mentioned this in the earlier session. As compared to TTL logic, it has got only fan out is limited to 10, and ECL is quite better than TTL but not better than the CMOS. It is standing at the 25. Next topic is the power used per gate, or the power consumption you can say. So I will write down power consumed per gate, and which is measured in milliwatts. The unit is milliwatt. Okay, so power required for the CMOS is only 1 milliwatt at 1 megahertz. If the operating frequency, this frequency is related with time, so if the frequency is increased, so time is the inversely proportional to frequency, so that's why the propagation delay will be less, or the switching action will be more faster. But still in the more, or you can say still faster switching is there, still only 1 milliwatt power is consumed by the CMOS, whereas in TTL it consumes 1 to 22 milliwatt, and ECL is far away than 4 to 55, far away than the TTL, consuming more power. Okay, next parameter if you are going to see, that is nothing but the noise immunity. How these families are noise immunent. Okay, so CMOS, it is having excellent noise immunity. Excellent by means to say 30% of the supply voltage, whereas TTL you can say it is very good, percentage wise it is cannot be clearly seen, and ECL is good, just good, not good than the TTL logic. Why? Because it is consuming the more power consumption is more here, so it would not be more noise immunent. Okay, and the last parameter you can say, that is nothing but the propagation delay. Okay, so I'll write here propagation delay, or TPD, that is nothing but time taken of propagation delay, which is measured in nanoseconds. So I'll write here in the bracket nanosecond. Okay, now propagation delay for the CMOS, it is varied on the very large scale, or the large variety is there. It may take 1 nanosecond to 200 nanoseconds, whereas TTL takes only 1.5 to 33 nanoseconds. And as far as the ECL, that is emitter coupled logic, which is according to me it is excellent on the basis of the propagation delay, because it is giving only 1 to 4 nanoseconds of delay. The less propagation delay is very advantageous. Okay, but if you understand the overall bifurcation or the differentiation between the logic families, CMOS is the best family, because ECL is as good, but what happens, ECL consumes more power consumption is very high, Though the propagation delay 1 to 4 nanoseconds is available, but still power consumption is of 55 milliwatts, that is almost 50 times more than the complementary MOSFET. And it is not also providing the noise immunity also, so data can be compromised. It is not possible, it is not very much feasible to store the data because it is less noise immune than the other families. So overall I can summarize this, that CMOS family is very good and which is most widely used family for the large scale devices also, and means production in the larger scale, combining with high speed and the lower power consumptions. If these two parameters are taken into consideration, CMOS is the best, and it operates from 5 to 15 volts of the power supply, and noise immunity is up to 30%, as I already said. And that's all about the differentiation between the logic families. And thank you for watching in 5 minutes.